All right. Let's talk about why and when did we want to start a podcast? Do you want to start? Do you want me to start?
Well, back a long time ago, I had thought, back in heaven, I was just like, I kind of want to do a podcast. I don't know. I listened to a couple podcasts. I don't think I listened to as many podcasts as you do, though. But I thought I want to start a podcast, and seeing Matara in like Hollywood and everything, I thought, I don't know, she's kind of got like a nice vibe, and I thought we could start one together. But it just, I think timing never helped, never like worked out for us. But so I kind of forgot about it for a long time, to be honest. Yeah, and then dot.
Well, okay, let me then say my side of the story, and then we'll link up the story. So my side of the story, I always knew that eventually I would want a podcast. I don't know if anybody noticed, but I love talking. I don't stop talking. I know, shocking news. And I love podcasts. I always know I wanted to have that. And when I first came to Hollywood, I initially wanted to have a podcast, but it was a lot of logistics. It was a lot of things. Plus, I was so busy. And I had floated several ideas for podcasts. And then I kind of started a solo one because it's fun to have a solo one, but it's not the same, though. And this is, okay. Oh, my God. Manifestation. I'm kidding. But let me explain this. So imagine me. I had told so many of my friends that one day I want to have a podcast with you. I had told this to my assistant. I had told this to one of my friends.
Me?
I even told, with you. I told you this when we were in LA. So basically, at one point we're in LA together, and at dinner, you turned to me and you go, "You know what we should do? We should have a podcast together." You said that to me, and immediately I'm like, "Wait a second, you don't understand. This was on my. I've been manifesting." Which again, manifesting is a big word, but I basically, you know this meme of like how girls shoot their shot. They just like 20 pictures of you.
I do not know this.
Okay, it's a meme of like how women flirt is they just like a guy's photo instead of being like, "Hi, I think you're attractive." They just like 5 photos, right?
What? Really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Am I giving people the wrong idea?
Whose photos are you like?
What if I like an artist's photos?
Hey, no, I really mean if you're like on the Instagram, right? And if you like someone's recent photo, I don't think they think you're in love with them. But if you go and like 20 of their photos and you comment like, "Hey, sexy, nice body," and stuff like that, then yeah, you know?
I mean, I say that, but it's like about the anime character.
They're cosplaying a worm. "Hey, sexy, nice body."
Nice body.
I love that. This is so funny. Imagine you're accidentally like flirting with people and you don't even realize it because you just go to and you like 20 photos. You're like, "Wow, love the way that looks." Winky face. If any artists are currently watching and you feel that she may have given you the wrong impression, please write in the comments.
I was not flirting with you. I just like your art a lot, and I like topless women.
Your breasts look heavy, ma'am. Can I hold them? Okay, back to my story before.
Yes.
So I am very reactive. I'm very emotional. I'm very kind of drama queen.
Really?
So when you tell me in LA, when she turns to me at dinner, by the way, and just very seriously out of nowhere, she goes, "You know, you and I should have a podcast together." And my reaction is that meme of like the guy holding his head going, "Oh!" And I think over dinner, it's just the two of us. And I just start talking really loud and I go, "Oh my God, you have no idea." I'm telling her.
Apparently, I did not have it.
and I'm basically explaining to you like, "Oh, you don't understand. I told my assistant about this. I told my mom about this. I told my friends about it." And she goes, "Why have you never told me?" I was just just waiting for the right moment. But in my head, I was like, oh, I'm going to have a podcast with Mint one day. I want to have a podcast with Mint. I think we'd be amazing. We're friends. It's just, the timing never aligned. But in my head, I was sure that one day we'd have a podcast. But I just never told you. I'm like, okay, that's my husband right there. I just never made my move or told him I'm interested, but that's my husband right there. Me with the podcast.
You literally just never told me.
Were you surprised when I was like, I was just jumping on the table? I wasn't jumping. I'm channeling Tom Cruise jumping on the couch, but
literally like going return to monkey in the restaurant.
But then the problem was the timing at the time, right? Where I had already left Hollywood, but you were still there. And it would just be really hard to have a podcast at that time.
Right. But now I left, I didn't leave Hollywood. I left heaven.
Heavenwood.
Heavenwood. Heaven does have its own version of Hollywood. That's what I would kind of hang out at. But,
Another crazy thing about this is when you left, we did not bring up a podcast. Even though this summer, I kind of told you and admitted to you that I was like, I really am going to have a podcast with you one day. We both did not think about it. We both didn't. And this is where you are so dramatic. I love you so much and you are so dramatic. But you know what she said? She was like, I think I'm just going to go work in a grocery store or maybe a bookstore, which is why I'm shaming you because there's a person that you always really admired that left her career to work at a bookstore.
Yes, but that's not why I wanted to work at a bookstore.
Really?
Yes, actually, it's because the bookstore.
I don't believe you.
It's true. It's true. I actually never even. Actually, literally in this moment is when
I don't believe you at all.
No, I am being 100% serious. I'm being 100% serious. But no, I just thought because I saw that they were hiring. And I like working. Well, I've never worked at a bookstore before, but I like how at bookstores usually they have like a coffee place connected, and so it smells nice. But I don't want to work as a barista. Yeah, I mean, but
it's a lot of work, right? You have to learn how to make coffee. But
I don't know. I also was just like, I have to find maybe like another maid cafe to work at or something. So of course, but I didn't think maybe a maid cafe. I thought maybe a bookstore or a grocery store.
Yeah. And
I don't know. I didn't know what to do.
I'm glad you brought that up so dramatically as well, because I think if you had told me that you wanted to work something different, I would have maybe just let it slide. But that's when I said, wait a second. And I brought us back to, hey, remember this summer when I, channeled you and we connected in Los Angeles and we talked about the podcast. How do you feel about that again? And that's when we kind of started floating the idea again of the podcast.
Would you be mad if I told you I was still looking for a grocery store?
Oh my God. Okay. We started seeing each other. How can you be texting other people?
Well, I was like, I don't know if streaming will be, I don't know anything.
It's also, just because I tell you that I want to have a podcast, you don't know if I'm going to follow through with it. And I'd like to say, we'll talk about the podcast a little bit more in depth in future episodes, but I put my little Corpo Momo suit on. I girl boss. I did my little work. I really I set a lot of things up because I'm a big fan of podcasts. I've always wanted to have a podcast, and you are just the perfect co-host. I think together it's more fun than just us being alone.
I don't think I've ever seen a podcast one person either. Like one, is there?
Yeah, Brittany Broski.
Who? Oh,
the kombucha meme girl.
The one that goes.
Yeah. She has a solo podcast. There's a few people that do solo podcasts and talk about it. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I don't blame, obviously I can joke about it and be fake upset, but I don't blame you, because how many times have you had people tell you, oh my God, I have such a crazy idea, let's do it. And then it doesn't,
Yeah.
It never gets out of the group chat.
True. Well, it's
But
also
I get shit done, as you may have learned. You've only known me for a few years, but I get shit done.
I also want people to realize that grocery store is not like a euphemism for something else. Like, I was like, well, I'll need a job. So
you'll need to occupy your time. You'll need to,
Yeah. I don't know. You would be surprised how expensive it is being a ghost. And yeah.
Wait, now that you brought this up, though, my timeline is kind of funky. So you told me, okay.
Wait.
But you said you loved me. I don't understand. You told me at the start that I asked you, I'm like, do you, is this something that you're excited about? Do you believe in this vision? And you said, and you told me yes.
I do. But I think also, what's the word?
You want to be safe, maybe like look out after your future or.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. People say that I struggle with knowing my worth, I guess. And so I don't know if people will watch it or what. If you're listening to this right now, thank you for listening.
One like is one more self-worth for her.
No. Oh, good. I have 2 self-worth right now. One from you, one from Mysterious Momo.
No, I get it, right? Where just because I propose an idea, and you know how busy I am with, you see me stream 15-hour days and you think, okay, when is this podcast going to happen? You have never made a podcast. I've never made a podcast. How are we going to do it? But we did it.
Yeah. We're here. Oh my gosh. We're in our fancy little beach right now.
I know. That you designed?
Oh. I mean,
it's a real beach.
It's a real beach, everybody.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I imagined this very real beach. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm like, I love the smell of the ocean. Oh yeah. Oh, do you hear the birds in the background? And the clouds are very real. What is that? What is
the cloud? The sound of the cloud.
I don't think.
And the sun in the horizon.
Yeah, we're going on a really fun summer. I know it's called Summer Special, but we're on a summer adventure as well.
Yeah.
We have lots of things that we've been cooking up for you guys. So I hope that you'll keep listening. And
you don't have to remind them to keep listening.
What do you mean? What? We want them to feel like we appreciate them.
We do. You know we appreciate you, right?
This what is this, like Dora the Explorer episode? Please,
yes.
Please record yourself saying yes and input it into this form that we will include.
Oh my God, I just gargled my water.
Oh,
wait,
okay?
I actually want the timeline of this though. Now you've blown my mind. When did you start feeling that it was not a joke? That I meant it when I was like, hey, do you? Because I asked you, I think at the beginning, I said, here's my ideas. And I asked you how committed you were willing to be. I basically told you, I'm ready for marriage. Are you ready for marriage?
No, I think I believed you from the beginning.
You still were looking for it.
No, it's not you. It's not like I'm going to find a job to...
I agree.
No, stop. I wasn't finding a job to replace this and be like, oh, I found a job. Now I can't do the podcast. It was to have something on to be able to survive in this afterlife. Okay.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
So you knew like from the beginning that it was going to be something that we're taking seriously. And
yeah, I take everything seriously.
You really do. That's why I had asked you from the beginning. I said, how committed do you want to get? Because if you are going to get committed, we will go all out. And I think we are. We are going all out.
We are. We're all out, baby.
It's all hanging out. I'm excited. Now, again, to talk about the podcast, it is a temporary podcast, as we've said before.
Yeah.
What we're thinking about, so for the structure, we are going to start having kind of a theme every podcast, but it's going to be one main topic of discussion with a lot of little topics and a lot of catching up, a lot of talking. One of the main reasons that I wanted to start this podcast was because I wanted to work with you and I wanted to travel with you and I wanted to spend more time with you. And as everybody might know, it becomes much harder to keep up with your friends as you become an adult. As you get, when I say become an adult, I really mean getting into your 30s, your 40s. It just gets harder. Everyone's so busy.
Speak for yourself.
Okay.
What is the lifespan of a space roach anyway?
Too long.
Too
long. I can live a long time. I'm so old. And I just, sorry. So one of the reasons for the pod is I wanted an opportunity to work with my friend and have a really cool way to catch up all the time.
Yeah.
And now we just get to catch up more. We already have some events planned. Actually, by next episode, we will be announcing that we are attending a convention with a meet and greet. By the next episode, it would be announced.
Wait, actually?
Yeah. You read. Every other day, I'm like, hey, sorry to bother you. Can you please read the group chat about this? Yes.
No, I didn't realize it was so soon. I'm sorry. Time as a ghost is very,
I don't blame you.
Like, time is a human construct, okay? Like, I don't.
It will be announced, like, I think a day or two after the podcast. The first episode is live. So by the second episode, we can talk about it more in detail. We can give everybody a little bit more context with it. But one of the reasons that this was very important to me was I wanted a summer with you, and I wanted so that I want to bring this up. I really want this to be our kind of fun adventure time. Sometimes when I look at the news or when I look at what's happening, I get a little sad and I feel a lot of things. And if I feel this way, I know our fans feel this way as well.
Yeah.
I just, when I watch podcasts or when I watch streams, I really look forward to it. Every week I know, okay, the podcast is coming out at this time. I carve out a time in my day. I clean my room or I cook. And also when quarantine happened, there was many podcasts that kind of kept me through the quarantine and I had something to look forward to every week. And I just feel like right now with how things are going in the world, I really want to be something that people can look forward to every week. I feel that I always told myself if ever I got into a place in my life where I was happy again consistently, that I would want to share that. And this is also why we're gonna be going on some adventures. We're gonna be attending conventions. We're gonna be talking to you about a lot of it. And I'm excited. I think a big thing. Really fun.
Yeah, a big thing also for me is like kind of going back to the temporary thing. You know, when you get older, you kind of lose that magic of summer. You know, as a kid, you're always like, oh, summer vacation, summer adventures, like camp or travel or hanging out with friends, whatever. And, you know, we kind of wanted to be able to bring that back
again,
and kind of have something maybe that not only we can look forward to, but something maybe you guys can also look forward to and say like, oh yeah, I wonder what summer shenanigans these crazy
two are gonna get into. Yeah.